Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good daffy, and welcome to another bit of the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Now, I am a bit more awake today, so I should be able to play the game properly. And unfortunately, though, we have to begin this episode with a rather boring bit, because we have to follow Modronorian to another ayleid ruin. You will have to get used to seeing this a lot. Not in the Fighters Guild quest, but in Oblivion in general. We can close that down. Oh no, we can't. We can give that up because I'm sorry. There we go. Sorry about that. I was just having to do some stuff on Firefox, but I can't because I need to keep uploading a video from last night. Yeah. So, for those that are following along, we are following this man, Modronorian, or Modronorian, from the ayleid ruins to another one. Because we are looking for a man by the name of Azani Blackheart, who seems to be in league with the corrupt Blackwater Company, a band of mercenaries who are trying to reclaim land from the southeast, Black Marsh, so they were trying to go around this way. Hence name here, Blackwood. So they're trying to go there. Claim land of the name of the Empire, and when they failed, they basically became a band of mercenaries rather than soldiers for the Empire. So they're trained in what they do. Except their contracts are a little too effective. We've had now 2 NPCs confirm this. And Modron as well has got a bit of a conspiracy theory going on. And it is an actual conspiracy as well. It's not just like a weird theory. It is an actual conspiracy theory. We believe that some people are conspiring. Oh my god, I got it moving. What the hell is he casting anyway? Alright, losing control of my character for some reason. What the fuck is going on? This is not part of the quest, by the way. This is just a fucking distraction.
You'll never take me down!
So. In fact, why don't I just add the ruins to my map and then we'll, he might actually run over to me. Azatar. So he seems to be making his own way there. Oh no, he's not, never mind. You know, there was once upon a time where I actually had an idea for an article like in the Defense of Escort quests, and but the problem is I can't remember exactly what it was. And I think there were some things, I think it was basically like, you know, like the bomb cart in TF2, where you've got to escort a cart of explosives to the base and blow it up the base. That I'm sort of okay with as a game mode. In this instance, I'm really not okay with it. If the NPC dies and whatnot, and they're just walking on their own and whatnot, that's one thing. If they flee into further danger, that again is a problem. There's a very specific brand of okayness that I can tolerate with such quests. Right, so now he's gone on there. I quickly want to have a look at an inn nearby, over this way. Go to the chalice icon on here. I'm trying to figure what this is. The Drunken Dragon Inn. Oh, there we go. A lovely sign. Oh, I haven't found my torches yet. Let's bind them to... There we go. think the Drunken Dragon Inn actually has a quest that I'm interested in. I'm quite sure. Besides to come across the inns in the world.
He's here somewhere. I know it.
So we have an ebony dagger, same as the same type as the blade of woe, which we can't place on him because of the ebony dagger. Oh, I need to sell some stuff. Shit. Okay, prioritize the good stuff first. We could actually come back later another time. Yeah, I'll do that because I've got some loot to sell off. I went, yeah, because I've got best goods and guarantees here.
Anytime now.
Got the dividing line as well.
Go ahead.
I don't need to repair.
May I interest you in some of my fine wares? A fine?
Let's get rid of that shield of true horn as well.
Another satisfied customer. Beast.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore the mithril. Where does how I go? See, I never used to have this problem of like weapons just flying everywhere and like going missing. Because I think that's what they're doing. I think they're actually clipping through the ground. Because like that guy had a glass warhammer, right? You know, tell me I'm wrong.
This ends here.
Don't have any mace, nice. Unless he's got enchanted stuff, I'm really not interested. When you enchant shields, it has like the properties of clothing and armor, or rather weapon traits. Well, obviously, right. Although I think you can actually shield bash in this game. But you can't do like fire damage with it if you want to. Although I think that would be good if you could actually like choose what properties you apply on shields, like either the defensive ones or the offensive ones. God, I need some more magic, I really do. There's a lot of treasure here. guess we'll make it for an ayleid statue here. Better. Glass gear is still pretty good. I've not actually seen anyone wearing glass heavy armor yet. Interestingly enough. Well, not many people. We will in the arena. Unless I get upgraded to ebony, in which case we won't. If that's open up, does it open up anything else though? God damn it, I want my treasure. Is Modron going anytime soon? Look as though he is. It's not bother. I'm not going to bother just for the alchemy stuff. I can always see a trainer anyway. So I will tell you something. In Elder Scrolls games before this one, like this is something else that Oblivion did differently to practically all other Elder Scrolls games, except I think maybe for Redguard, that I must play because I think that was like the first fully 3D Elder Scrolls game. And it's a very different game. Yeah. So it's like when you hit enemies. Let's say there's an enemy there. I could keep doing this, and it would be well within range, and I could still miss. Because it was based on like their own sort of like D100. Punch that was a prick. Oh, maybe I'm not actually, because I know where he is.
Yeah.
Great robes as well. Bunch of wizards. I think I'm going to have to start dropping some stuff maybe. Or we could just repair our gear and see how long this takes to break. There we go, that's better. Lost some weight just doing that. So yeah, so like in Oblivion, you would, if you hit an enemy, you just hit automatically, but you have to determine how much damage you do. So by D100, what I mean is, if you're not familiar with tabletop role-playing games, that's a 100-sided dice. Yeah, or it's two dice, and one is your hundreds and one is your tens. Or your tens and your single digits rather. And the way it would work is it's like 100. It's your skill, so your skills go to 100, plus any other sort of modifiers, and then like divided by Christ knows what kind of math people came up with.
Take that.
Oh, nice. I just automatically punched him back. Just increase my block a bit. Oh, nice. Broke his nose against his shield. How amusing. Right, now we need to start losing some weight. Oh, God. I really should actually drop some books off because they just take up. I've got about 20 books there that I could do getting rid of. So what can I get rid of? So like things like this battle axe. It's not worth it for the price. I mean, look at that. I've got an ebony dagger each worth, like, it's worth 250 gold less than that, but, you know, 1827. So for 27 pounds of weight, I've got more money than that one thing. Yeah? And it's not, see, the cost doesn't quite add up, so we could drop that and carry significantly more. Yeah? So I could take that elven shield, which is lighter. I could take that axe. Yeah? I'm probably not going to actually keep the axe. So I don't know if I was actually going to talk to him, so what I'll do is I'll save first, and then we'll see if we can talk to him. Because he is a named NPC. No. So... yeah. Sorry, what have I just picked up that's, like... Right, let me just add up this up. So, that's not worth as much, and that's not worth as much for the weight. Oh, Sinweaver, that's why. Okay, so that's like his elven greatsword. It is nice. But it's too much to carry, I think, so... Well, we'll see anyway. We'll see what other loot he's got. That's the way he's done the place nice. So, that is worth more than that, so... I could keep it, it's a nice little thing. Stuff diminishing. I need to lose way too much weight though, so sorry, Sinweaver's going. Like, there's probably better two-handed weapons anyway. So... Magic from the sky. Hanging gardens. Third door. He's got some good books here. The Last King of the Ayleids. 2 copies of Hanging Gardens. Morrowind, the Real Baron Zaya. Pala. Volume 2. Manus Pelagius. Wolf Queen. Money. I'll take that as well. Anything else? And that's it for it. Just about it. Find a will be. Oh shit, I just lost track of my direction. Right, there's absolutely nothing in these alcoves I need to move. So yeah, it's like the maths originally in older games was based on like your skill, but it was all like percentage based and such to determine if you hit. And you can see the formula on like the unofficial Elder Scrolls pages. It's like here, if you are within range, or if you aim your spell or your arrow true, you will hit, but then like the damage formula is a bit different. There is a reason why the Fallout RPG never came about, the original Fallout tabletop role-playing game. It's because the maths was absolutely batshit insane. It took them as long as it did to get like an unofficial one out, And there's like, I mean, now like we have like an Elder Scrolls role-playing game. It's like a miniatures game at least. Yeah, we've got some good stuff out there for the Elder Scrolls. I must play at some stage. But yeah, it's taken them a while, because how do you adapt the Elder Scrolls? And which Elder Scrolls game are you adapting? Are you taking the game, are you taking like all the Morrowind skills? Are you taking like the Daggerfall skills, the Arena skills? Because like, if you thought Morrowind had a lot of skill bloat, you should see the older games, with like Streetwise, like what was it, like Jive Talking, and you know, Etiquette. You had swimming was a separate skill from running, and jumping, and climbing as well. Climbing was a skill that you had to learn, or could learn rather. Yeah, the different kinds of blades, short blades, long blades, different kinds of armor. That's a bit lyrical. Oh yeah, like, so which Elder Scrolls game do you want to do? Or do you just want to do Skyrim? Which, you know, to be honest, I could perfectly... I think in an RPG I'd actually be fine with that, for the most part. Yeah. So, yeah, which... But then how do you do magic, you know? Like, if you can like be proficient or whatever in so many skills, do you really want to be just proficient in one school of magic or whatever? Because I suppose in this game I am, in a way. Like here, illusion is my magic skill, and it's not developed very well, so that's for me fucked then, isn't it? I wonder if there's actually like a way that I can retrain my skills. I might just do it that way. Like swap out the major skills for the minor skills, because I am not going to be playing... Oh, fucking hell, I lost my way. I don't think any parkour or magic's going to get me up there. If I jump on this chest, then can I... Nah, no. Nope. Alright, we have to look out again. Maybe even use the local map. Ugh. So yeah. So yeah, like the Fallout games had even worse math, if you can believe. Like the original Fallout games, where like you've got to work out if you hit, damage resistance, different weapons, different ammo types, all that sort of stuff. It got really chaotic, and it's like, yeah, no one's playing that shit. No one is gonna sit and play that fucking cack. Steel Arrow's not interested. So, did I get up there? Is that where I'm from? I can't remember. Stars are remotely. Where's Alexa when you need her? Yeah, so the maths was... Oh, shit. I gotta leap from there to there. I mean, I don't have to, but that's how I'm going to go about it, because that'll be slightly easier, I think. Sorry about this game. So, yeah, and like the thing is like Fallout was originally, like, they wanted to base it on GURPS. So GURPS is, so it's funny, there's quite a few systems that are called ERPs. So there's like MERPs. I can't remember what MERPs is though. There's GURPS. And there's BRP, basic roleplay, which I call BURP, the BURP system, which is new and based on the new Orc license by the Pathfinder guys. Okay. Any loot? Okay. So. Ah, I see. So if I hadn't chased that mud crab, all of this would be so much easier. Got it. For fuck's sake. So yeah, so it was all originally meant to be based on GURPS, which is Generic User Role-Playing System. And the thing is that, like, Steve Jackson, so Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone, like, some of the biggest role-playing game makers. Ian Livingstone made, like, Final Fantasy, Fighting Fantasy. Yeah, Steve Jackson is responsible for, like GURPS and other role-playing games. And, like, the original makers, not Bethesda, but Interplay, they really wanted... Oh, he's just there.
Azani Blackheart is dead, and our brothers avenged. Dead, finally. Good work. Did you retrieve his ring? I want that as proof that the Blackwood Company didn't defeat him. It's good we've killed him. I'll need his ring as proof that we did the job. You've got it. Good. I'll use it to prove it was we, not the Blackwood Company, who killed him. Good work on this. Now get out of here. I'm going to head back to Cole. When there's more to do, I'll let you know. Your accomplishments are impressive. Because of this, I bestow upon you the rank of Warder of the Fighters Guild. Have you heard about Kvatch? Go to it.
Yes, indeed. So, when there's more work, I'm going to be able to advance further. So, yeah, so originally, Interplay, the makers of Interplay and Blackrock Isle, they were originally going to make the game based on GURPS, the GURPS engine. But, because Steve Jackson objected to the violent nature of
Greetings, Khajiit.
The game.
Look at the muscles on you.
Very nice statue indeed. Yeah. So, because he objected to, like, all the violence and the gore and such like that, he did not want his product associated with that. Now, don't get me wrong, you can do all that sort of stuff in GURPS anyway, but he just didn't want his brand associated with such violence. Bearing in mind that, like, Fallout came out in the 90s, where we were still going through, you know, the whole violence in video games thing with Mortal Kombat and the like. So, it was not uncommon for there to be some, I don't want to say prudishness, but objections with how certain subjects were handled. Yeah. This was essentially before anyone could just successfully put out content through, like, the OGL with D&D. Where's the place I'm
Me
looking
children
for?
are starving. Please help.
Oh, alright.
I'm only asking for enough to feed me kids. Everybody's talking about...
Yep, I know.
Take your time. Blessings of Juliano.
So where's the shop? There we are. I can never navigate lower one for the life of me. I could just use the local map, but no. And look at that map. That's the kind of map making ability I aspire to.
A pleasure to speak with you. Can I interest you in some of my wares? You've made a good bit of gold. A good price. That's a good deal. A good price. That's just...
Okay, okay.
I can't make that... That seems... No deal. That... Up. That seems a fair price. And...
Anything else I can sell him? That's just about it, to be honest.
Thank you for your business. Good day.
What do you want?
No, you can't train me anything, so I need to actually find the lady who trains people in speechcraft. Problem is I don't know. I know her husband's name, Eotar. There goes my guard. And if she's not in, then I need to find out where. She was an alchemist. Did a contract for her before. Some books. I genuinely don't know where she lives. So just past the house and I've been paying attention, but... Oh. You know what? I'll see to Rosania Gland. Kind of store. Very nice indeed. What the fuck?
Please, help me.
These stupid scamps are driving me crazy. Oh, thank you. I had a feeling buying that Daedric staff would be trouble. Now I'm paying for it with more than just some gold. A few weeks ago, a spellsword was passing through Leowin and heard that I liked to buy curiosities. He wanted to sell the staff you see me carrying. I eagerly bought it, knowing the value of Daedric relics. In fact, I was a bit suspicious when he sold it so cheap. His loss, my gain, I figured. After examining it for a bit, I noticed a small word carved on it in runes. Using a book from my library, I translated it. The word was nonsense. However, when I spoke it and held the staff, 4 scamps suddenly appeared. I thought I was done for. Strangely, they all just stood there. It didn't take long before I realized they were following me. I couldn't be seen in town with scamps following, so I decided to discard the staff. I can't explain it, but somehow I can't compel myself to actually let it go. This staff is obviously cursed. Now I'm stuck with it. I need you to get over to the Mages Guild and talk to a good friend of mine, Alvis Uvenum. She's the only one in town that I trust. I was able to get a message to her earlier, but I've yet to get a reply. If I go, then the scamps will follow and my secret will be revealed to all. Everyone in town knows about my hobby, collecting unusual examples of the arcane crafts. My husband left me quite comfortable, bless his cinders. What will I do with my collection of curiosities when I go? Donate them to the castle, of course. The beastly little creatures are nasty, smelly, noisy, and wrecking my beautiful house. I must be rid of them. I can't let people know I have scamps in here, or they'll think I've taken to Daedra worship. Try explaining that to the town guard. When Hackdirt isn't teaching alchemy, He spends all of his time researching a cure for skooma addiction.
I wonder if that's an unmarked quest.
Alves should be able to help rid me of this staff. We play cards at the Three Sisters often and are old friends. Seek her advice. Alves is a practiced researcher. She's sure to have some good information for you. Please don't dawdle here. Get to the Mages Guild. Hurry! Alves is a practiced researcher. She's sure to have some good information for you.
That's a bit of a problem, as I'm sure you can imagine. To the Mages Guild we go. So yeah, so Fallout and like everyone sort of tried to make a system that kind of works, and it wasn't until things like the OGL came about.
How are you?
That we could finally have a good role-playing system.
Strasza of the Mages Guild, evoker and alchemist, and also, in his scant free time, a trainer in alchemy.
This gentleman I'm going to speak
But
to.
perhaps you are an adventurer? Could you assist me in acquiring something for my crystal collection? Straight to the point, eh? Good, I like
It's not like I had
that.
a choice.
I'm searching for some specific crystals known as Garidan's Tears. If you can locate these objects for me, I'd pay handsomely for each one. Wonderful. I had a good feeling about you from the moment that I saw you. I want you to bring me as many of Garidan's Tears as you can find. If you do, I will pay you a fair bounty in gold for each one. I confess I have a weakness for crystals of a magical nature, and I must add these to my collection. This is a personal errand, you must understand, just between you and I. The Mages Guild has nothing to do with it. The tears are not just a namesake. They're literally the frozen tears of a knight named Garidan Staurus, who lived many years ago. I'm not certain what happened to the knight, or why the tears were frozen, but I do know someone you could ask. Seek out Juliana Fanis at the Arcane University in the Imperial City. She oversees the alchemy headquarters there. If anyone can help you get more information about these crystals, she can.
I might have to join the Mages Guild to get access to such a place.
Not only has necromancy been banned from practice in the Mages Guild, but the guild won't deal with anyone who openly uses it.
That's another topic I need to pursue as well, and
Bring my salutations to Giuliani. Safe journey to you.
Poor Rosentia. She's been trapped in her house for days. Frankly, the smell gave you away. You must have stepped in... Well, let's just say something that isn't pleasant. Just be sure and keep this quiet. If the other mages even knew that I was involved with Rosentia's new guests, I could get kicked out of the guild. You mean the Shrine to Nocturnal? That's north of Leowin, east of the Lower Nibbin.
notice how Leowin was spelled with 2 I's there, and here it's with 1.
The Leowin chapter is just drifting along. Dagale isn't much of a mentor or leader. She isn't even coherent most of the time. I'm glad she was finally able to get someone over here. I've been gathering all the research I could on her, little problems, shall we say. Oh yes. Don't bother trying to kill one of them. As soon as you do, another will take its place. It's endless. Quite the curse, eh? Sheogorath certainly has a sick sense of humor. Doing a bit of digging, I'm afraid Rosenti has been stuck with the staff of the Everscamp. Nasty bit of fun by Sheogorath, I'd say. The only way she can be rid of it is if someone willingly accepts it. It can't be discarded in any other manner. No one would buy that thing once it's activated like it's been. The only chance is to return it to its original resting place, Darkfathom Cave. Inside the cave, there's rumored to be a shrine to Sheogorath. That's where the staff can finally be dropped, and the scamps should remain behind. I also learned that the staff makes the owner move much slower than normal. I suppose it's another way the creator upped the annoyance factor. Please, bring Rosentia this information at once. And if you can, help her. I think she's about to crack under the pressure, poor thing. Send Rosentia my regards. If there's anything...
Right, just bear with me 1 second. Right, I am back. I apologise for that. So, let's get back into the game. I forgot what I was talking about now. What was I on about? Oh yeah, so we're doing this quest. Was I talking about GURPS before? Oh yeah, that's right, I was going to eventually talk about the OGL.
These scamps are making my home smell like a barn. I was afraid you wouldn't come back. Oh please, I beg you. Take this staff to Darkfathom Cave and get rid of it and the scamps forever. I can't fight, and who knows what's guarding the shrine. Plus, do you know how dirty caves are? It'll ruin anything I wear. Do this for me, and I'll reward you with another one of my curios I picked up a few years ago. A valuable ring. Are you ready? Here's the staff. As soon as you leave, the scamps will thankfully follow. Do be careful. I don't wish your death on my hands as well. I'm sorry I ever laid eyes on that thing.
So am I. I've got to carry the bloody thing
Am I
now.
ever going to get scamp smell out of my fine linens? Darkfathom Cave isn't that far from here, but the route may be treacherous. Be careful and journey safe.
So, I can't drop it. I can equip it as I please. It's a pretty nice looking staff, to be honest, in terms of a model for such a thing.
Look at the muscles on you.
However, it has reduced my speed. Although, it doesn't actually seem to say how, where. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not listing the effect. Okay, that's fine. So this is just speed by 20. But I can still jump everywhere. Yeah, it doesn't stop me acrobatics, does it? So the scamps are supposed to be following me, but they're not. There we go, that's better. My little army of scamps. So you've seen the staff. Let's put it away. Let's go a bit faster because we're no longer carrying a weapon. Right. So yeah, so it wasn't until like we had the OGL, the Open Gaming License, where we could finally get more games like using the D20 system. D20 being the 20-sided dice. Because then, the maths is a bit easier when you're only using dice to figure out randomness and whatnot. And that resulted in games like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. It resulted in I mean, like, Icewind Dale and such had already existed before, but, like, you know, we had those games as well. And the math was readable and understandable and, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then, unfortunately, video games decided that they could do without the D20 system for reasons that I don't get either. Because then you had Dragon Age, which just is completely incomprehensible. If I don't even know what the sort of damage formulas and such are. Sounds like a Kremlin from Donkey Kong Country. Oh. This is what the old Daedric shrines used to look like. They used to be in caves, and there's something moving over there. There we go. Just stick around. So we can't actually pray to this altar. Nice that I can get the attack in first. Risen. So, if I think we're ready to buy a new house at some stage. So there they are, the scamps are just going to have a wander around now. Like how the minions from Overlord do. Oh, shiny! For me! Yeah. So, I don't really want to spend too much time at this place, to be honest. I just want to get out, to be honest. I think there are other avenues to explore, but I'd rather not. Unless they lead to treasure. Punch you. Have a bit of a look though. Could we get some more treasure? Never mind. Yeah. Alright, kind of done there. Should we do another? Let's rest up a bit and then we'll go, shall we? Right. So, yeah, and then like weird games like Dragon Age doing their own maths, and then it's like that's a complete measurable downgrade. And the reason why I'm so against like, non-D20 systems for like, or any sort of established system that actually uses tangible dice rolls and things like that, visible math, because you can actually work out the maths in AD&D. In games like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, you can actually look at the combat log and actually understand what's going on. In World of Warcraft, for instance, like you can't know without mods how much damage you're doing. It's literally, well, unless you're like some sort of savant, and even then, like, there are 2 damage meters in the game that you can use, like third-party ones, and they're both wrong. Not to mention as well, in fact, no, that's unfair to say, they're not both wrong. One of them is wrong. But of course everyone says, oh, it's not recount, it's this other one. Is it recount? No, because I Skada. I think Skada's the more popular one. And because that one shows the bigger numbers, people prefer that one. I say that as massive generalisation. A lot of people do, yeah, because they don't want to be told that actually what you're doing is wrong, and here's the maths to show it. Yeah, they just want big numbers. The thing is that a lot of people as well just completely don't know how to read data. Like, DPS is important in an MMO, let's not pretend it isn't, but there's a lot of people who cheese and like blow their load early in the game, and then just have considerably piss poor performance throughout the entire thing, because their damage done is lower. Yeah, DPS and damage done are not the same, and damage done is usually far more important. In a game where like you have enrage timers, it's like 5 minutes into the fight, the boss will do 30% more damage and like take 30% less damage and such. DPS is important. You want to do as much damage per second as you possibly can before the 5-minute mark, where the boss just says, right, now it's time to end this. Let's put you out of your suffering. But damage done is also really important, because that determines how much you actually contribute to the fight in general. What have we just looted there? War Master Gauntlets. Horus will be pleased. Fortify armor and Iron Pleasant Self. Not the best sort of gauntlets. Don't really feel like you need to fortify as such, unless I don't know. Does it bring you up to Journeyman? I don't think it does. So, yeah. And the thing is then, is like you get a lot of people who don't quite understand data and can't read it, playing video games, and then thinking they're the dogs on knees. Because... oh, piss. This is going to be a fun one. Yeah. Because they did the most DPS, but have contributed nothing to the fight. Or rather, the least amount of the fight, because they cared more about showing off. You know, getting their EP in hard. So yeah. Like, I'm not saying this is like out of any sort of bitterness for, oh, I do low DPS at the games, but it's okay. It's like, I know I'm not very good at MMOs and such and raids. I don't raid. But I understand the data, I understand the numbers. You give me a D20 system, it works out quite well. Interesting as well that like a lot of these games are like real time, rather than turn-based. So damage per turn and damage per round is an interesting thing to come across in real time. So it's turn-based. just want to do enough. This was the bridge with the main one. Daedroth over there. Not a thought in his head. I like the clinky clanky sounds. They tickle my brain. It's not the most daring deed to do, but oh dear, no. Physics are a bit wonky on this bridge. You can hardly tell where they're connected. That's efficient. I couldn't have gone. Oh, you're joking. This isn't the real tower either. Right, fuck this all running. Two has been released. I don't need void salt so badly that I need to stop it. I kill those guys. Although oh. Let's be a bit daring. Let's park off here. There we go. So while he's rustling his jimmies, we can run. Oh yeah, that is that way.
Whoa! On your belly naked.
Not the best approach. Oh, hello. Zip line. Now to drop data cards. Interesting photo face. I do love these things. They look awesome. Data cards. Shame. Oh well. Shit, okay. Right, spectral form. Invisibility for 120 seconds on self, that is amazing. Oh, am I glad we found that one. What's the blizzard bow? It's an elven bow. Not worth a great amount. I'm gonna be selling stuff anyway, so I don't look at that 100 gold, are you joking? Spider dagger. See, I don't like games having like their own maths and such, because it's often like it's really hard to calculate. Like, you've got two damage meters to tell you two different things. Like which one's right? Are either of them right? Do the devs even know, like, their own maths? Why not just go with something simpler? But don't get me wrong, there are problems with the D20 system. I don't deny that. I absolutely accept that, you know, the bell curve isn't great, that people don't understand probability, all this business. I get that. But it's so much more manageable than damage numbers going into the hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands and whatnot. Not to mention as well, like, there is actually a practical purpose to it as well for the devs. World of Warcraft, the reason why they had to do like the squash down the numbers with the squasher downer was because it was actually having an impact on the servers. The damage numbers per combat were going so high. Just bear with me a second. And I'm back again. I apologise for keeping you waiting. So, practical implications of having smaller numbers are that the servers can actually handle them. Yeah, like, the netcode in World of Warcraft is, or at least was, when I last played in early Shadowlands, was abysmal. Partly because of the fact that it was just so damn
I don't see any scamps
slow.
or the staff.
Just slowed it down. There was just way too much for the game to run.
As promised, here's the ring. I bought it from a shop in the Imperial City many years ago for an ex-lover of mine. He ran off with someone else, so now the ring belongs to you. The owner of the shop called it the Ring of Eidolon's Edge. I think you'll like it.
Thank you very much.
I've been hearing disturbing tales about Oblivion gates opening all across Cyrodiil. I hope it's just wild talk.
It isn't, and it's all your fault for buying these bloody stupid Daedric
Farewell,
artifacts.
and may you find your way home safely each night to a warm fire.
Thank you, I take it back. So, the Ring of Eidolon's Edge. Block and Blade. Very good indeed. So when I talk about level loot in this game, what I mean is loot that is like, so depending on your level, the higher your level, the better the loot, the quest reward will be. If you're lower level, you won't get as much money and you won't get as powerful an item. So for that quest you would always get the Ring of Eidolon's Edge, but it might only fortify your blade and blunt skill, so your block and blade skill, by say 5 points or 10 points, and maybe high levels maybe it goes as far as 15 points, but I'm not sure.
Yes? If you're an alchemist, the main ingredient is a good place to shop.
Thank you, Hamlet Redtooth, but I've just completely got into the wrong place. Redtooth. Christ, I've treated him like an orc, I do apologise. Right, let's make our way to a place here. This is where I would spend all my arena earnings.
Venencia Melisea, Office of Imperial Commerce. You got complaints? Of course you got complaints. Who doesn't? You have complaints against merchants here? You file complaints with me. I fill out lots of forms which go to a lot of people who ignore them. What else did you expect? Justice? Go to the chapel. Talk to Zenithar. He'll take care of everything.
There isn't actually a chapel in the Imperial City. You have to go to the Temple of the One, and normally you'd be able to pray there, but, well, you know, the whole Empress assassination thing has kinda prevented the gods reaching us.
Why? I mean, of course. All I have available right now is a hovel on the waterfront. Really? Then you've just become a homeowner. Here is your house key. You'll find it in the waterfront district. It's not much to look at. You may want to spruce it up a bit with some furnishings. I'd suggest talking to Sergius Verus at Three Brothers Trade Goods in the Market District. Good day.
So now we've bought ourselves a house. Waterfront. I say house. Let's have a travel there. So, at level 1 you'd have a roughly 2,000 gold. Or however many levels you actually got through the arena. And that would afford you, like, this house. You could spend your money on this house, but you wouldn't be able to furnish it. So this is the waterfront. It's not much to look at. These are all the shacks. This is where the poor people live. This is essentially the poor district. A place for everyone to kind of just ignore poverty and such. The Imperial City. So this is our house. Got a bed. Got a fire. Got a table. Woo! There. Perfect for table dancing. So.
Oh hey, sweet lady of Wayrest, oh hey, sweet lady of mine. Oh, I'll see you again, yes, I'll see you again, sweet lady of Wayrest, so fine.
It was so close.
Slaughtered on the very
There once
altar of
was
love.
a hardy young lad of the sea, a red guard of courage
Yes.
and honor was he. Sail on, my Cyrus, sail on.
So, Cyrus there is the mercenary and main character of the Elder Scrolls Redguard. Cyrus as well, I think, was one of the unfortunate men who, also a Redguard, who was killed by the assassins escorting the Emperor. Unless Cyrus is actually at the Blades fort. But what do I know?
Aye. Hail.
What? The Black Horse Couriers, run by 3 Khajiit brothers. They buy freelance stories with an imperial stipend and give the papers away for free.
Oh, it's good that they actually explain how it works.
So, the Fighters Guild got Azani Blackheart. Blackwood Company said they did him. Apparently they were mistaken. Or stretching the truth, maybe. Be seen.
Urjabi helps his brothers, Rajarad and Hasiri, to run the Black Horse Courier. Others write. We organize, we deliver. The news never stops. Varnado at the...
Okay.
Be seeing you.
So he's the guy I want to see, but I think I need to wait for him to go to his shop.
Good hunting.
When he's not enjoying his personal life. Get
How are you?
fucking shop, you prick. I want to see you in that shop, you son of a bitch. Get in that shop now, dick. Sell stuff to me now.
Go ahead, please. Can I interest you in some of my wares?
There we go. Oh, hang on. No, I was paying that much.
We'll see.
Oh, never mind. I guess we are paying that much.
Only quality good. That's... You bought that for a song. Tell your friends about me. Be seen.
So, now let's go to the waterfront. No. Waterfront. Let us... Let's wander around and have a look.
What's new with you?
So this is like the cheapest house in the game, and the one that doesn't require you to sort of, like, claim any favours, as such. So I just want to loot all these, so I can establish what I want in them. So, this is going to be a clothing place. weapons. Oh no, miscellany. So this is going to be... I'm just trying to think of things I can sell. Oops, the daisies, I just put something away that I shouldn't have. What did I just put away then? Well, Rakshazzah's radiant ring. I'll keep it up for the time being, because I wouldn't like the natural light. And we can use the torch instead. Here we can put weapons, so we can't put the blade of woe away. I'll put those arrows away, because I don't actually need the arrows right now. That's my weapons container. So I might put rare weapons in there as such. This is going to be my alchemy place. I'm going to quickly do some alchemy. In fact, let's have a look at what that's looking like right now. So our alchemy options have improved quite dramatically. See, I think Skyrim, I will give it to Skyrim that Skyrim does do alchemy pretty good. It makes it a much better skill to have, like, as a to level up. You can get some really easy levels with it. Really just some ingredients that are gonna improve my healing capability. 92 feet. Oh wow, okay. Tell me I haven't used the... the Romare scales. No, okay. So, I'm going to stick some Nern root in there. Although I do need 10 for the quest, but we'll come back for that. So, now we can sell that off. But a merchant will buy it. And then... So we basically... So I'm just trying to get rid of some of this gold by buying houses. Ordinarily, if you want a house in this game, either you have to buy the DLC, or you have to, like...
It's my pleasure.
Essentially become the hero of a county. So...
I can fix. Pay attention, and you... Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's... That's a fine transaction.
Get more for that power. Ah, fuck it.
You've made another satisfied customer.
But I am.
Take care.
Need for an alchemist, sell off our potions. Wrong alchemist. So, or you have to, like, become the hero of a county, so that means closing their Oblivion
What
gate.
is it, Sarah?
But there's more on that
Hello
later.
again. You're more than welcome here. I have everything for the budding alchemist under one roof.
Or you can help the people and do enough favours for the...
May I interest you in some of my fine wares?
no, thank you.
You got... That's a fine transaction.
Oh no, I actually want those. Poisons aren't that common, so I can go there.
That seems a fair price.
Don't need a light. Resist paralysis.
That's a...
Stamina, as it should be called. That's a pretty good one. Skooma. They will buy skooma. In older games, if you had skooma on your person, like in Morrowind, merchants would not trade with you. At least some merchants wouldn't. They'd say, no, you need to get rid of that skooma before I will trade with you. Which is pretty cool.
Thank you for your patronage. Goodbye.
So, let's have a sleep. In fact, I've heard of a nice little place that we can sleep at. We won't sleep in our own bed today. We're going to sleep on a nice little novelty place. This ship here. And she's called the Bloated Float. It's a nice tavern on a boat. What could possibly go wrong?
Well met. Welcome to the Bloated Float. She's the finest inn on the water in all Cyrodiil.
I mean, she's the only inn on the water in Cyrodiil.
Hey! You're...
Yes, I am.
I offer the finest goods and... What can I interest you in? Farewell.
Move out of my way. We rarely get real trouble here. The Watch puts a stop to rough stuff damn quick. I'm mostly ornamental at the Bloated Float. Makes folks happy. The Imperial Watch seems awfully worried about the Grey Fox. Look at all those wanted posters. Farewell.
So, have a look so we can go. Day here, isn't it gorgeous? Lovely little boat. I think this area is private.
What can I...
Oh, we can go here as well. Isn't that so lovely? Very quaint.
What can I do for you?
So, let's organise a bed.
Well met. There's a room, all right, and a fine room it is. Yours for the night for only 10 gold. A wise choice indeed. You've never had a night's rest like this, I assure you. The room is down below deck. It's the door on the left. Farewell.
So here we go. Private room, okay. Storage room needs a key. We can loot the place either as well, which is interesting. So nobody actually owns this stuff here. Almost as if it's like a dungeon. But let's just have a nice kip. Let's sleep until, say, let's have a nice lie. We can level up as well. Endurance, lovely. We want our strength to go up, and let's bring up agility, nice around 70. We're going to find that the Bloated Float is somehow put to sea with myself on board to find the owner, discover what's happened. We found there was a better indication for that than this.
Hey, who in Oblivion are you? You don't look like one of the Blackwater brigands. Intruders are my business. I think instead of locking you in the storage room with the bouncer, I'm gonna dump your body overboard.
I killed a thief named Lynch. Apparently he's a member of some group calling themselves the Blackwater Brigands. They must have hijacked the Bloated Float and put her out to sea. It appears that Lynch has locked the Bloated Float's bouncer into the storage room. I should search his body, see if there's a key to free him. Now you'll notice as well the Blackwater Brigands have that emblem on their chest, which makes this a rather unique piece of gear. Of course, also notice as well how the icon is different as well. Let's read Lynch's instructions. Lynch, your instructions are to make your way to the bottom deck of the ship and secure all of the rooms there. Make sure you don't disturb Minx. She's to be left alone to do assignment. Remember, after the ship is scuttled, we'll make back and reveal in 3 days. Make sure you destroy this note after you memorize it. That looks like S.
About time someone showed up. Thank you for freeing me. I'm Grumman Gramarad, the bloated float's bouncer and helmsman. I've been locked in that storage room for hours. I don't know exactly what's going on, but not long ago, a gang of thieves calling themselves the Blackwater Brigands stormed the ship. They took myself and Ormil, the float's owner, hostage and put the ship to sea. I have no idea what they're after. If you can get me safely to the top deck, I can steer the float home. But I'm not budging until the coast is clear. I'm used to dealing with drunken louts, not a gang of well-armed thieves. All I know is there seems to be 4 of them. They blindfolded me before they put me in here, so I didn't see much. You gotta like a store named Slash and Smash. The float has 3 decks. This deck is the inn deck. The next level up is the tavern deck. And then there's the top deck. Good luck. You'll need it.
So I wonder if I can disguise myself as one of them.
Oh, there. Where do you think you're going? Celine's not going to like this one bit. I wasn't to be disturbed. Lynch set you up here? Why? Did he send you to talk to Celine? You are a liar. Lynch had specific...
Ah, of course. This is a bit of a memorization game with this one.
Oh, there. Lynch... You are a liar.
Oh, fucking hell, I chose the wrong one again without looking. Jesus wept. I'll try and do this way.
Oh, there. Lynch... What does she need assistance with? She has Ormil under her own watchful eye in his cabin. Something isn't right here. What happened to Lynch? You? You bested Lynch? I always knew he was out of practice. Oh, well, I suppose it's up to me to do his job for him as usual.
Kill the second thief. This one, a dark elf named Minx. Seems like these thieves are using strange code names. The only useful bit of advice I discovered is that their leader seems to be named Celine. I should search her belongings for anything of use, and make my way to the top deck and secure the ship's wheel for Grumman.
Nice work.
So because he's an essential NPC, we kind of need him to get us. So here we are. So we can't jump into the water. As much as we may want to. Oh, hello. Am I going up? I'm inching my way up the top. Oh, never mind. Oh well. So here's where we are. If we have a look on the map, apparently the waterfront. But if we have a look here, that's interesting indeed. anything at all in this map to indicate whereabouts we are? Other than bloated float at sea.
How are you today? What are you doing up here? They find the Golden Galleon yet? Orders? Celine didn't tell me about this, and I don't remember her taking on someone else to help us find the Golden Galleon. When did all this... Liar! We never met yesterday! What? Damn that woman. She promised a 4-part split when we recovered the Golden Galleon. She never said anything about splitting it 5 ways. She said when we got back to the safe house in Breville, we would divide the loot after she fenced the damn thing. Do Lynch and Minx know about this? Well, since they're out of the way, if I kill you, that means Celine and I split the take 2 ways. This heist is getting better and better.
I sent his knees through his fucking arsehole then, and his head down to his shins. That was the mightiest blow I've ever dealt. I'm surprised we haven't just sunk with that blow. I've slain yet another thief. This one a large Nord named Wrath. He was guarding the ship's wheel. He mentioned that they hijacked the bloated float to recover something called the Golden Galleon. I should now get Grumman and tell him that the path to the ship's wheel is safe. And we're unencumbered again. Fuck. Well, that one weighs more and it's valued at less, so get rid of that.
Sounds like the coast is clear, so I'll make my way up to the ship's wheel. But I'm not moving this hulk an inch until Ormil is safe. I thought I heard an Imperial woman's voice while I was blindfolded. Other than that, I don't know much more about her.
Did we by any chance?
Their leader sounds dangerous.
Look at this room here. Okay.
The ship doesn't move till I...
How'd you get in here? Roth? I told him to guard the wheel and not talk to anybody. Who are you? We made a solemn pact not to let anyone else join the gang. I can remember it clearly, even though it was... wrong, fool.
Let me just have a look at Lynch's orders. Yeah. So it is a guessing game. There's nothing that tells you
How'd you get in here?
anything that you need.
Roth? What? Can no one in this gang keep things secret? I suppose you think you know why you've taken over the bloated float as well. How did you know about that? No matter. Once I've taken care of you, we'll scuttle the ship and be off to our safe house. No one will find us there.
I mean, you there.
Again you have surprised me with your knowledge of our operation. I suspect Lynch didn't check all the inn rooms before we departed. You must have been hiding down there and made your way up here. How did you get past Minx, Roth, and Lynch? Impossible. You defeated the three of them alone? I'm humbled by your skill, and fear that assaulting you would lead to my own quick demise. Please accept my surrender. Here's my blade. Please. No treasure is worth my life. The bloated float is yours.
Now been granted the Blackwater blade. Fine steel blade.
Die, cur! Ah!
But I am somewhat honourable. So did I have another ring? Oh, it would have been that one, wouldn't it?
I've already surrendered. What more do you want?
Thank goodness you arrived when you did. I feared that I'd be thrown to the slaughterfish. Now that she's surrendered, please escort her to the last room on the inn deck. We'll lock her in there until we arrive at port. I don't wish to get underway until Celine is safely locked in a room on the inn deck. If you get Selena safely locked up, I can tell you all I know. I won't feel safe until you do that.
There we go. So,
now that Celine is locked up safely below, I think we can all breathe a little easier. I can't thank you enough.
so in that last one, there was some stuff that was on there. The hideout and the Golden Galleon. But everything else was a bit iffy.
I feel much better now knowing she's locked up. Well, I'm afraid all of this was my fault. They hijacked the bloated float because of me. Business has been waning of late, so I invented a story. I fashioned a tale about a golden galleon. Previous owner hid within a vessel. It was to be a statuette made completely of gold. At the time, the idea was quite clever, I thought. I figured the lore would draw more curiosity seekers and adventurers looking for the treasure. What could the harm be if while they were here, they bought a drink or two? My business has increased quite a bit since I leaked the story. Well, obviously, I was mistaken. It was a terrible idea. I'm just glad that no innocents were hurt. I wouldn't want to have their blood on my hands. Anyway, sorry to ramble. You better get below now and rest until we arrive safely at the Imperial City docks. I'm glad that you were on board to help rid me of them. If you hadn't been here, I don't even want to think about it.
For some reason, he looks like the guy who plays Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf. Just the face. Yeah.
The King and Queen Tavern isn't a bad place to stay if you're visiting the city.
I mean, you could just use that as a chance to advertise your own business.
Celine no longer holds the bloated float. Once we get to the Imperial City, I intend to make sure she is prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Please, go get some rest.
bodies are gone too. Nice. Oh, and we can also take the stuff off the tables. Which is good considering we can't buy anything from them.
You're awake. Good. I didn't want to disturb you. I suppose you're wondering what I did with Celine. The authorities at the Imperial City took her off the ship as soon as we docked. I was also informed that there was a reward for her capture. Here you go. Don't spend it all in one place. Unless it's here, of course.
375 gold, not bad.
Yes, the float is quite a vessel, don't you think? The only functioning tavern and inn on the water in all of Cyrodiil. Bought it maybe 10 years ago when it was decommissioned. Had to gut the whole thing to make room, but kept it seaworthy. All the furnishings were built inside the ship, since they were too big to be carried on board. Spared no expense. She was a ruthless woman, and I'm glad she's behind bars, where she belongs. You've already got the room. It's down below deck. Farewell, my friend.
There we go.
My name is Ida Otis, and I'd like to talk about Mother Mara.
Sure, go ahead.
Mara's blessing on you and on all her children. Speak to her at the Temple of the One. Ask Mother Mara. She will shower your heart with love. Hey! Take care.
So, there we have the bloated float. Just gonna check. Yeah, we've got plenty of time to record still.
You have my ears.
So, let's find someone who can train me up. And then, we could perhaps look at... our next quest. I think we'll have to go back to the Imperials. Let's go back to Coral, rather. So that was a quest that I wanted to do quite a few parts back, and didn't.
Morning.
Let's put away. Oh dear. Correct caress. Blackwater blade can go in. The first blade to go in here. Some long swords to sell off. Let's put away some alchemy stuff as well. Because it does kind of just weigh you down, really. Let's sort out that gentleman's stuff as well. Put my skimmer away because I don't want that. Put that away, put some night eye away. If I put it all away because I don't really actually need it. Restore intelligence, poison, paralysis, yeah, fine. Restore speed. Invisibility, I'll keep that. Invisibility potions are worth a lot of money in this game, as you might imagine. Keep those. I could do with somewhere to put my books. Just quickly go here. Drop off some shares, there we go. So, right, what are we going to do now? Oh yeah, let's go and sort out that slaughterfish quest, because now we can finally do that. Go all the way to buy. Scroll down, try and find it. Oh, let's get this done. So yeah, they might still be quite strong, but I'm probably going to stand a much better chance now than I did before. If I really do with the Ring of Radiance. right, so there's like there's a brood mother and a new rank of swordfish. If I just move my camera, see there, brood mother. In fact, oh well, let's start doing that, shall we? I'll put my camera there. I could actually put it up in the corner, couldn't I? Because there's nothing that appears there, is there? We'll stick with this for the time being. And then we'll work on it later. I don't know why we're putting a torch in water, but never mind. There's another one. Oh. I can't do power attacks underwater, so that's not going to help. Yeah, we can, that's fine. Some potions of healing. I can't believe that I've literally gone to the closest thing that's close to hell, and I get my ass handed to me by a slaughterfish. Yeah. Get the economy back from the amount of potions I'm buying there. What the shit does he need anyway? There it is. Thank God for that. Right, first of all I'm just going to add this to my map, and then, because we might explore this place. Well, in combat with something that ain't good. Because it looks like it's submerged, and therefore we might need a quest reward to explore it. Bandits. Yes.
I'm listening. Please, go ahead. I don't know what I'll do if you don't get those scales for me. I've saved so much for my retirement, but it's just not enough. By the 9, you've got scales. Thank you. Let it never be said that there are no kind souls in this world. I'll give you this ring in trade. I have no use for it anymore, but I imagine that they would be very valuable to someone like you. Thank you, stranger. You've shown me kindness, and I will think of you in the long, comfortable days ahead.
I recommend doing this quest as soon as you can, because you get an item that is quite useful and worth a lot of money. Ordinarily, I think it just gives you water breathing on self, but it also fortifies your athletics as well. That's very handy for when you are exploring underwater, because you will find some places that are submerged in water. Now we can also do as well, as a bit of a treat to ourselves, break into this guy's house. Well, not break in, but trespass. Find his retirement stash, or rather, we can either loot it from his corpse, or we can pickpocket him, whatever. Ah.
Guards! Stop! Thief!
Oh, he doesn't actually have a key. Never mind. Oh no, I think if you give him time to sell the scales, he will
Good to see you.
put the money in the chest and have the key on his person. Or if you turn down the quest, you can sort of loot him, loot his chest. And there's not a lot in there. I think it's like 300 gold, which I suppose when you're starting out, it's not too bad. But yeah, it's not a great amount. So let's have a look at this place and just see. Is there anything in here for us? Just with the bandits originally, but now I can do one even better. I've been cursed with something, a burden. Enchantment. I wonder if that's a staff of burden. Yeah, okay. For how long? 25 seconds. Yeah. If you get yourself... Oh, long sword is 2 words there. Usually isn't. If you get yourself housing as soon as possible, really travel lightly. Or much lighter, anyway. Gotta get out of the way of that spell. I'm silenced, so I can't cast spells. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, short sword, not really worth it. It's too heavy. And it doesn't bring me enough money. I sure do like flashing, don't they? Now my acrobatics is high enough, I can just reach those stones. So I've got the radiant ring, because that's not really helping my chances at sneaking. It's gonna see me anyway. Bloody hell. it for this room? Looks like it for the time being. Stop. Just about explore this place. What's the local map tell me? Oh, really? Was that it? That's the entirety of the dungeon, apparently. Well, that wasn't that interesting. Well, how delightful. Yeah, Ayleid Ruins are not my favourite dungeons to navigate. Right, let's save. Let's find somewhere to sell a fight. In fact, let's go to Coral again. Oh, we didn't check out what that stone, sigil stone did we? Frost. Oh, water walking on self. Put it on the jeweled amulet, that'll increase its value. Jesus jive. I don't know. Fuck it. Water walking on self. It does exactly what it says. If you think that's cool, in a Morrowind you could learn how to levitate.
Good day.
Which was kind of essential to navigate
I can show you some new things.
Stuff. No, I want to learn mercantile.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Sure. Can I interest you in mine though?
You. That's.
Evidently I can.
You. That's a fair deal. And I appreciate your business. Northern Goods and Trade is an excellent place to buy supplies. Take care.
Speaking of which... No, not speaking of which, I want to talk about... Oh, I do actually want to stop there. If they're still open. It is nearly 9 o'clock at night though. Yep, most places are open.
I don't mean to impose, but I'm hoping you can help me. My daughter, Dama, is missing, and I don't know what to do.
Hmm.
That's right.
My daughter Dharma never came back from Hackdirt. I'm dreadfully worried something may have happened to her. Can you help? I can't thank you enough for your kindness. She was supposed to make a delivery to a Tira Moslin in Hackdirt, so I would start there. In case it may be useful, she was with Blossom, her horse, I mean. Dharma loves that animal and would never willingly abandon her. A rather isolated village south of Coral. We do some business with the trader there. Small volume, but she pays well. Normally I make the deliveries, but I wasn't feeling well, so Dharma insisted on going this time. I do hope nothing has happened to her. Have you found her? Is she safe? I am so worried about her. Please find her.
Well, this clearly takes precedent.
Have you met Modron Orion? Quiet man, but apparently he's an incredible fighter.
He's anything but quiet, I can tell you that much.
Knowledge is power.
Oh. Negotiating, bargaining, dickering, haggling, they're all means to end. Getting the best price for your goods. You're not journeyman and mercantile. You can buy and sell any object to any vendor, even if they normally do not deal in those types of wares. So I can sell weapons to this person.
Knowledge is power. You've got I can show you. The best daughter a mother could ask for. Kind-hearted and a friend to everyone she meets. Bye.
So.
I'm Glistel. What do you need? My housemate, Melintus Ancus, and I are well known in certain circles here. But you don't travel in those circles, do you? Sometimes I just go look at the great oak. Magnificent, don't you think? You too.
I wouldn't know. I don't travel in those circles. Just so you know, aggravated assault is somewhat forgiven in this game. If you're attacked by someone, the guards will attack them. In fact, that's something else we can talk about. There's a little hidden stat in this game called responsibility. And all NPCs have the responsibility stat. Essentially, it determines how they will act upon seeing thieves, looting bodies, what they're going to do, and if they will attack and things like that. It's one of the reasons why you may have seen in like a lot of meme videos and such where guards sort of like attack each other and they just go to war with one another. Yeah, it's because of the responsibility stat. Something of a mix-up in NPC priorities and the like. Yeah. If I enter this place, will it add it to the map? No, it will not. The Ayleids do have some interesting architecture. And some beautiful statues. Just 1 second. Right, I am back. And we're going to Hackdirt, and this is going to have to be the final mission for me today, I think, because I have got D&D soon, and various chores to do. I must admit, I've been slack, because I have been playing this far too much. I said there's no such thing.
We don't like strangers poking their noses into our business. I got nothing to say to you, stranger. Outsiders have always tried to destroy us, but we've always survived.
Why are they trying to destroy us?
Stop talking.
Have a look here. Chapel of the Brethren. Oh, interesting.
You shouldn't be in here, stranger. You better leave before somebody gets hurt.
Alright, okay. As you can see, the town has suffered some destruction. Follow me now. You eyeballing me? Given to me by the chief of the Deep Ones. He taught me his language and his runes. This is the ancient lore of his people, which we shall follow. Oh, cheers, sweetheart. Shall look at that later. This is the ancient law of his people, which we shall follow from now until forever. Signed in the presence of 12 witnesses. Olaf Moslin, 3rd era, 345. Oh.
Somebody! Go on. Oh, bother.
Does that count as theft?
Someone else. Oh!
That might be the equivalent of locking him up. Oh no, he's coming down.
What? We don't look kindly on strangers asking questions. If you need a room, try Moslin's Inn. Otherwise, you'd best be moving on. Shh. We can't talk here. They'll get suspicious. The girl is in danger. Meet me tonight after dark in my house. I'll leave the door unlocked. Don't be late. Take care. What? Go bother someone else.
Moslin's Inn. Moslin's Dry Goods. That's interesting, okay. Let's try Moslin's Dry Goods first.
What do you want? Go on. We scrape by. Not that we've ever had naught but trouble from outsiders like you. You'd best be moving on if you know what's good for you. I don't know any Dharma. If you're talking about that cursed Argonian swindler from Coral, I'd like to know where she is too. She never showed up. How am I supposed to run a shop without any merchandise? You tell her I want half off on my next delivery. Make it quick. I'm done talking to you. If you're not careful, the Brethren will have to teach you a lesson. That's none of your concern, outsider. Make it quick. You win this. Was that supposed to... I like that a lot. I can't argue with that. I like... That's a bit... You're a big fat Glad you win. Don't. That's great. How's it go again? Blah, blah. I'm not buying that one. I can't... I'm not buying that one. What? Don't make me laugh. I can't... That's... Don't make me laugh. That's really funny. You've got... I'm not... You're pathetic. I like that a lot. Don't be silly.
It's the bottom ones
You're
we
a
want.
big fat... Was that... Oh, that's great. That's really too much. Was that supposed to be a That's enough. All right, I get it. Go ahead. See? Was that... Make it quick.
How much of a call do we lose to bribing?
Farewell.
Not too
Make
much.
it quick. One day you'll find out who the Brethren are and you'll be sorry. Oh yes. I'm done talking to you.
So we can get a room there. Hello.
Go on. Who? Nah, I haven't seen any young women around. Even if I had, why would I know anything about her going missing? Not that I'm saying I ever seen her, because I haven't. My grandfather built this place, not that it's any of your business. We've been down, but we got plans to bring back the good old days. You'll see. Brethren? I got no brothers. I guess we've got a room available. 30 gold per night. Take it or leave it. Fine. Take the stairs up to the right, the room on the left. No visitors allowed and no pets. Stop talking. Enough.
So someone already has that bed. Interesting. All of a sudden, the innkeeper's gone. Let's read Damar's diary, just so you and I have a witness's account. This is apparently the diary of a young Argonian named Damar. Most of the book deals with the personal but mundane details of her life in Coral. The only interesting entry is the last one. Arrived in Hackdirt after dark due to Blossom throwing a shoe on the way. The road was really rough, hardly more than a track. Does anyone else ever come down here? The trader's shop was closed, and she wouldn't come to the door even though I could see a light in the upstairs window. Rude! But at least this inn was open, although the proprietor is kinda creepy. He kept giving me these weird grins when he thought I wasn't looking. Ugh. What's wrong with his face? That's about a lot of people in this game. Seems like I'm the only one staying here tonight. I didn't see much of the town since it was already dark, but I admit to being kind of spooked. But I'll never admit that to Mother, or she never let me go on another one of these deliveries. She still thinks I'm just a baby. She would probably say hatchling in front of me. My friends, too. I'm about to ask her about the creepy innkeeper when I get home. Well, the candle is almost burned down. They don't even provide a lantern in this horrible old inn. I guess I better try and get some sleep. If I can sleep with all the creaking in this old place. I keep thinking I hear footsteps outside the door. I'm so on edge. Oh, grow up, da! I'm sure in the morning it will all seem quaint and charming. Good night, diary. Yes. Good night indeed. Let me just see if I can just get a nice kip. Nice, not too bad. Now. Oh, hello.
Go on.
There's anything wrong with his face.
Oh, you meant the Argonian wench. Must have slipped my mind. Yeah, she was here, then she left. I don't know nothing else about it. How would I know? Maybe she went crazy and run off into the woods. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got things to do.
Know anything about the stranger?
Nope.
See ya. We don't like strangers meddling in our affairs. Go on. Just go away.
I can take all of this stuff too.
You're not welcome here, stranger.
Not many other buildings to explore. There's a house there. There's the dry goods shop. graveyard. We at least find a horse. Oh, hello. Paint horse, but anyway, Blossom. This is most strange indeed. Oh. Hackdirt caverns.
Know anything about the stranger?
Nope.
We'll talk later tonight at the gathering. Better be moving along, outsider.
At the gathering.
Go ahead, please. I already told you she never showed up. That's my horse. Owned it for years. Now either buy something or get out. You too.
Oh, there's an Oblivion gate over that way. Oh, there it is.
You're not welcome here, stranger.
See, it's not a crime to actually open any of these locks. Almost as if it's okay to enter the houses. As if the house isn't owned by anyone. Iron weapons. Loot is not scaled. Corn. Beware the corn. What's in this house over here? A nice house as well. Let's have a look at my stalker's house. It's got a nice homely glow. Crab meat and bread, nice. Let's try and go to Hackdirt caverns. Wonder if all these caverns are connected. Each house seems to have one. Yeah, it looks nice. Oh, potato and crab meat. Lovely. Bone meal.
What? Don't push your luck, stranger. Plenty of folks have turned up dead after asking questions like that. I'm done talking to you.
So my only remaining lead.
You shouldn't be in here, stranger.
Okay. Better get some shut eye.
Look out!
Oh! Indeed, what the fuck was up with his face? Who in a club?
Go on. I don't give refunds. Brethren? I got no brothers. Just leave.
It's a shame we can't see his face after that. Or much of it. Seemed...
What do you want?
Ugh. where you're going to. Caverns. Okay.
We don't like strangers meddling in our affairs.
Let's find out what's going on here.
You came. Good. I don't have much time. I have to get to the gathering before I'm missed. You'd be better off not asking such questions around here. You have to believe me. I didn't know what they were planning. They want to bring back the Deep Ones. I thought I did too, but she's so innocent. They've got her down in the caverns. They're going to sacrifice her, you understand? You've got to save her. Here, take this key. It'll open any of the trapdoors down to the caves. Every house in town has one. The one in Moslin's Inn is your best bet. Nearest where she's being held. The middle of the night. When everyone's at the gathering. Good luck. You will save her, won't you? I gotta go now. Caves run all beneath the town. Some natural. Some dug over the years since we found the deep ones. Every house has an entrance now.
What if they're related to the sunken one?
I don't know much. Never seen them myself. Our grandfathers first found them, I think, digging in the mines. They helped us. Made us rich. But there was a terrible price. Blood. And worse. I was only a boy when the soldiers came. We hid. Vowed revenge. But the Deep Ones never came back. Atira, she's the one who found them old books. Learned the runes, how to speak them again. But they want blood, she says, or they'll not help us. Those of us who've changed the most, we call the Brethren. Live down in the caves, to be nearer the Deep Ones. They don't like the sunlight much. Dangerous, too. You'll want to avoid them if you can help it. Good luck, stranger. You get that girl out of this terrible...
Ooh, venison. Can you use to restore health? Okay.
Go on. Just go away.
Alright, alright. So... let's go on inside.
Please, let me out of here. You must help me escape. I think these creatures plan to do something horrible to me tonight. Thank you. Hurry. We need to get out of here, quick. I think we should get out of here, quick. These creatures kidnapped me from my room in the inn while I was sleeping. I don't know why, but I'd rather not find out. Let's get out of this place. This is the power.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
Please. Let's get out of this place. Have you seen my horse? I can't leave her here.
Will not be tolerated.
Oh, shit. main thing is I can't let her out just yet. We have to deal with the sunken ones first. What are they called? Right, let's put on the ring of radiance so we can actually see what we're doing.
Mud crab's more fierce than you.
Their faces there. Bit different. Eyes are.
You'll never take me down. Let's get this over with.
Almost fish-like, perhaps. So I can tell you now that this entire story is basically just a reference to the Shadow over Innsmouth, where, from what I understand, like it was about a town or like some sort of civilization that was like worshipped. Like these Cthulhian beings and such, and yeah, bad stuff happens. That's what I remember anyway. There could be more to it than that. I'll make sure the outside is safe as well. He was innocent.
I fought mud crabs more fiercely than you.
Was that actually classed as murder? Yes, it was. Because I killed a man who was not attacking me.
You're not welcome around here. Stop talking. Enough. Go on. I'm done talking to you. You shouldn't be in here, stranger.
Might be able to kill him without anyone seeing.
You better leave before somebody gets hurt.
Although that did soften him up. We've dealt with most of them.
Please. Please, hurry back. Thank you. Let's get out of here. I fought much more fearsome than you.
Now, is that classed as murder? Nope. Great. Because he was going to attack an NPC. Named NPC. So the way I check if it's a murder or not is by checking the bounty.
Have you seen my horse? I can't leave her alone.
she gone? Is that what she's reached a horse? Okay. By fast travel, she might make it with me. Yeah.
Thank you for rescuing me. My mother will be so pleased when we arrive back in Coral safe and sound. Let's go. Well met. The best daughter a mother could ask for. Thank you. Thank you. I can never repay you for your gift of my daughter's life, but you have my friendship and gratitude to the end of my days. I heard that the Countess is quite upset lately. Apparently, someone stole something very personal to her.
So she will increase your mercenary
There's
skill.
much I can
as
be
a
seen.
reward. And there's that man.
My hero.
I shall call you that.
You.
Now, let's finish things off here. See how this guy feels. So we never meet the deep ones. I don't think there's any way of knowing who the Deidre were. If indeed they were Deidre. It might well be a reference to something else in Elder Scrolls lore, but as far as I can tell, it's just entirely the works of H.P. Lovecraft. Deep ones. Normally that you can just like sort of get in and out. You don't even have to do all the investigation, I just wanted to follow up all the leads. So this is actually what your coral house looks like a bit. I mean, it's a lot better than this, but yeah, it's got like the same layout as this inn, which is quite nice. So now, I will say you are justified in saying that the character models are a bit weird. Freaky deaky. Looks as though all the NPCs are despawned. That's not open with a Hackdirt key. I can just take all this stuff. Right, I think I'm gonna have to call it quits here. Some chores done. I simply must read my darling dearest's message. Oh, hello. All the merchandise. Nice. Any signs of loss anywhere? And so that is Shadow of a Hackdirt. Oh yeah, let's have a look at this church here.
You shouldn't be in here, stranger.
Watch out!
You better leave before somebody gets hurt.
You saw that was murder. So they came with me first.
What can I do for you? You...
I can't be seen talking to you. I've done what I can. Now it's up to you. Goodbye.
So, that's essentially it. We got the trader, and the innkeeper, I think, is somewhere else. Let's see, two join the in the fight. But yeah, so that's Hackdirt for you. An interesting location.
Good morning. Things could always be worse, and probably will be. I'm Kurz Grobarov. What can I do for you? I get paid to kill things. That's why I like the Fighters Guild. Farewell.
Travel to exotic lands, meet interesting people, and kill them.
Good day. Have you seen Valis?
Nothing that I want to talk about right now. So, let's try and find
I've heard you know how to move.
our friend. See, that's actually a point. I was just thinking about that earlier. Like, you know, people talk about how like you move in light armor and how a lot of the skills are about light armor, but you don't get skill ups in light armor by moving in it. That's athletics. It's more like so. Oh, he's not in. There he is. Must be back at the Fighters Guild. Or having a leisurely stroll, whatever the case may be. I want to know where he is. And we can level up as well. In fact, let's do that now, and I won't forget next time. So yeah, yeah, because I've got about an hour to get some stuff done before D&D. Nice.
How are you today?
Let's have a quick kip. Maybe we'll find our friend. And strength. 69, 69, nice. Right, let's learn mercantile. Where is our good mate? He's gonna take like a week to walk all the way back here or something. I hope if he can just hop around and actually look to me that from properly. Does he stop by the inn? I'm gonna quickly learn some more mercantile. Get that up, because then we can invest in shops.
I hope I
and then they'll have.
Can I interest you in some of my wares?
Oh, nice. Senius will then have, instead of 800 gold pieces to spend, she will have 1,200.
Pay
That's
attention.
investment. But you've got to
I'm
put
willing
the
to
gold
keep-
in. So you've got to pay
I can
500
show
gold
you.
for them to have
Let's
500
get to
gold more.
Good. I can show you some new things. That Ramalas Briant sure loves his dogs. A little too much if you ask me.
Okay.
Be seeing you.
Hello,
A
Daniel.
pleasure to speak with you. You know, I think the mutton here in Coral is the best in all the Empire. That's good mutton. My mother owns this shop. She would be glad of your business.
Apologise if you can hear my stomach rumbling. Yeah. What I can always do is I can always like use console commands to summon Modron, but I'd rather not have to resort to that. Should I have a look at his house again, and then we'll do that. So yeah, so speaking of houses, I think I mentioned it before, but not fully. So the way you get a house in this game is either you close the county's Oblivion gate, it's like the Coral one, the Bruma one, this and the other. I hope no one saw me trespassing, yeah, that's alright. Okay, I'll check the inns as well, make sure he's not having a drink. I don't think he's religious, man. I don't think he stops by the chapel. So I think he's actually just walking all the way from Leyawen to here. But he's an essential NPC, so he shouldn't be killed. spawned in. Right, I'm gonna have to get off now because I need to go. So thank you ever so much for watching. Take care. It's for now, and we will continue. I'll look for Modron, and yeah, probably pick up there. Alright, see you later. Bye now.